Hey everybody, Norm over here at Norm's Rare Guitars, and one of the great honors that I've ever had here, I've got the legendary Larry Carlton here and Mr. 335, and he's playing a 335 that I sold my buddy Jim Hodson, and I was looking for a clean one, but I couldn't find one, so I sold him this one. It's a 62 with PAFs. It's just a stunning guitar, and Larry, you're living in Nashville now, right?
Yeah, outside of Nashville, about 23 years now.
Nice. Yeah. And you're an original homegrown LA boy, right?
Yeah, Lomita, California.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, I was talking to Larry before, and I was telling him that he caused me some anguish because years ago, way back in the day, I sold a beautiful dot neck 335 for $1,800.
Yeah.
And then a month later, I bought one that wasn't as nice for $3,000. And I know that sounds insane, but it was a month later, I paid almost double for a guitar that wasn't as nice. I was going to go on strike, but this is the cause of it right here. When Larry and Lee Rittenauer and Jay Graydon and all these guys started playing these 335s and everybody had to have one, the price almost doubled overnight.
Yeah.
And I was going to go on strike and say, hell, I just sold one for $1,800. I'm not paying $3,000 for that.
Right.
But fortunately, I came to my senses and I bought it for $3,000 and sold it and made a few bucks on it.
Yeah.
And that's just the nature of this business.
Yeah, my original 335, the 1969, that I still play, that I played on all the sessions. I bought it in Rolling Hills, Palos Verdes.
Right.
Mr. B's for music, $850 off the wall.
Yeah. Those were the days,
Yeah,
my
that
friend.
was 1969 or early 70. Yeah.
Very cool.
And I've kept it. That's the one guitar I've kept all these
And
years.
you're going out with Steely Dan, huh?
Yeah, their guitar player, John Harrington, who's phenomenal.
He is great. Yeah.
He had 3 dates with Madeline Perot that conflicted with the Steely dates, so they called me. So yeah, we're doing Dodger Stadium on the 15th of July, and then City Stadium, New York, on the 29th.
Very cool.
So happy
One
to
of
be
my
back
favorite
with the guys.
bands of all
Oh
time.
gosh, you kidding? Yeah.
That's music.
Yeah, and when they called me 6 years ago or so to guest with them. John was playing in the band still,
Right.
but I was just the guest guitar player, so I didn't have to learn my parts because John knew all of them, and
You could just float on top.
I could just float on top. But I asked many of my friends before those dates regarding Kid Charlemagne. It had been 35 years then since we'd recorded that. And yeah, I asked my buddies, okay, do I play note for note the original solo, or do I just play like I play now? And they all got this look on their face, play the damn solo, Larry. So yeah, we did 2 nights at the Beacon Theater and opened the show with that song, and
Very
I played
cool.
the solo note for note, which seemed appropriate. So
Yeah. Well, a lot of times those tunes, those solos are as important as the melody of the tune. It just, it's embedded in your head.
Yeah.
It's nice when you hear it.
yeah,
And, I was going to tell you, you're friends with my buddy Rick Vito, who I used to work with, and he lives down in Nashville. And I was saying, being that you're a native LA guy.
Yeah.
And my buddy Rick is from Philly, so he's like a northerner. And he moved to Nashville, and I figured they were either going to welcome him or they were going to lynch him, one of the two.
Sure.
So I wasn't sure. But when he first moved there, I used to call him and play practical jokes on him and go, hello, I was calling about your ad in the paper. And he'd go, huh? And I go, yeah, about the pig for sale. And he'd go, what? And I go, what color is that pig? And then finally he realized who it was, and he let me have it. But Rick is such a northerner. I just wasn't sure what the reception was going to be like down there.
it's such
for
a
him.
nice northerner.
Yes.
No problem for him. When I first moved there, it was
And he can play, so that helps.
You kidding?
So.
It was 95 when I moved there. And the place that I leased, a farm, before I bought land down there, and Rick was half a mile around the corner. So I did go to his house once and hang out on his front porch for a minute.
And you live near Vince, too?
Yeah, at the time. Now I have moved out to Wilson County. I bought a place on the lake because I like to fish.
Nice.
So.
Very cool. Well, Larry, I know people are going to say, Norm, will you shut up and let Larry play a little bit of guitar here? So could you, just, treat us with a little bit something?
That's always the hard part. It's like, oh God, what do I play? Shoot. What do I play, guys? Never mind.
Some Steely chords.
Oh yeah.
Have some Steelies.
Well, everybody knows the Steely chords by now, right? I do tell the story sometimes in my concerts because people have. This really didn't happen. This whole setup, right?
Yeah.
But I tell the audience I've been accused of plagiarism from Steely Dan, and I said it didn't happen, but I'm going to share it with you tonight. They have a song called Peg.
One of my favorites.
First two chords in Peg, right? Well, I wrote a song called Room 335, and my
Sounds a
song
lot like that.
does not resemble Steely Dan at all. Because look, I'm way down here on the neck, and my opening chords are. So see, I didn't steal anything from Steely Dan. Of course, stole their first two chords for my song, 335.
Beautiful, my man.
Yeah.
You know, I used to play like that, but then I woke up. That was a dream. Sorry, guys.
That's
And by
cute.
the way, I'm buddies with your son, who
Yes.
is one of the
Travis.
great bass players of all times. Plays with my buddy Josh Smith.
Yep.
Plays with a lot of my friends.
Plays with me
and
when I can get him.
I bet he's expensive, right?
Well, he's busy. No, very proud of Travis.
Yeah, what a great player and a great guy.
Sweet
and
guy.
Been on the Joe Bonamassa Blues cruise with him.
Yep.
And, you know, he's buddies with all my buddies, and it's
Sure.
always great to see him, and I love Travis.
Yes.
And, Larry, it's such an honor for you to be here in this
Oh, thanks.
store, man. I mean, I've
Yeah.
always wanted to have you in here, and, you know, it's
Cool.
just, I can't say enough. So,
Cool.
one of my favorite guitar players, playing a 335, Mr. 335, by the way. You know, not many people could say that with a straight face and actually be telling the truth.
Been honored. Yeah.
Put that guitar on the map for a lot of people.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
All right, the great Larry Carlton right here at Norm's Rare Guitars.